$100,000 sitting in a savings account earning 1% becomes just $134,000 after 30 years. But put that same $100,000 into the right index fund? You're looking at over $3 million. That's more than $2.8 million in lost opportunity, all because of where you parked your money. Every day you wait, compound interest works against you, not for you. Today, I'm revealing the 3 index funds that could completely transform your financial future. Here's exactly what we're covering today. First, I'll break down the 3 index funds that could transform your $100,000 into life-changing wealth, ranked from solid to spectacular. Then I'll show you the real numbers. What happens to your money after 10, 20, and 30 years in each of the funds? Finally, I'll share 2 bonus strategies that could add an extra $500,000 to your portfolio. If you're serious about building real wealth, hit that subscribe button because this information is about to change how you think about investing. Before we dive in, let me share something shocking. The median net worth for Americans aged 55 to 64 is just $364,500. That's their entire life savings after working for 40 years. But here's what really keeps me up at night. Inflation is eating that money alive. What costs $100 today will cost $181 in 20 years. Meanwhile, the right index fund investment today could grow to over $3 million in the same time frame. The difference between financial stress and financial freedom often comes down to one decision made today. Fund number 3. Vanguard S&P 500 Index Fund, ticker VOO. Coming in at number 3, we have the ultimate market foundation, the Vanguard S&P 500 Index Fund. This isn't the flashiest fund on our list, but it's the one that's been quietly building wealth for decades. Here's why this fund is brilliant in its simplicity. The S&P 500 represents the 500 largest companies in America: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google. When you invest in VOO, you're essentially buying a tiny piece of America's economic growth. The beautiful thing about this fund is its consistency. Over the past 30 years, the S&P 500 has averaged about 10.5% annual returns. That might not sound exciting, but compound interest makes it absolutely spectacular. Your $100,000 invested in VOO grows steadily and predictably. After 10 years, you're looking at approximately $273,000. Wait 20 years, and your investment has grown to $745,000. But here's where it gets really interesting. Stick with it for 30 years, and your $100,000 becomes $2.03 million. The fund currently pays a dividend yield of about 1.3%, and those dividends grow by roughly 6% per year. By year 30, this fund could be paying you over $25,000 annually in dividends alone. That's like getting a part-time job that pays you for owning stocks. Plus, with an expense ratio of just 0.03%, you're keeping almost all of your returns. That's $3 in fees for every $10,000 invested. Basically nothing. What makes VOO special isn't just the returns, it's the peace of mind. During the 2008 financial crisis, yes, it dropped with everything else. But it recovered completely within a few years and went on to new highs. During the COVID crash in 2020, it bounced back even faster. This fund has survived every recession, every market crash, and every economic crisis for the past century. And with companies like Apple generating over $390 billion in revenue annually, that's a pretty safe bet. Fund number 2, Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, ticker VTI. Moving up to number 2, we have VTI, the fund that captures the entire American stock market. While VOO focuses on the biggest 500 companies, VTI goes deeper. It owns pieces of over 4,000 companies, from giant corporations to small businesses just starting to grow. Think of it as owning a slice of every public company in America. This fund is where things get really exciting because you're not just betting on the biggest companies, you're betting on the next generation of big companies too. Remember, today's giants like Apple and Microsoft were once small companies that grew into behemoths. VTI captures that growth potential by including small and mid-cap companies that could become tomorrow's market leaders. The performance numbers tell an incredible story. It has averaged about 10.8% annual returns over the long term. That extra 0.3% might seem tiny, but compound interest turns small differences into massive wealth. Your $100,000 in VTI grows to approximately $281,000 after 10 years. After 20 years, you're sitting on about $789,000. But wait for the 30-year mark. Your investment explodes to over $2.2 million. That's $400,000 more than the S&P 500 fund, just from capturing the growth of smaller companies. The dividend story gets even better. VTI currently yields about 1.2%, slightly higher than VOO. With annual dividend growth of around 7%, your income stream grows faster too. By year 30, it could be paying you over $30,000 annually in dividends. That's enough to cover most people's monthly expenses just from dividend income. What makes VTI truly special is its completeness. During market rallies, you capture the explosive growth of small companies. During market downturns, the large-cap stocks provide stability. It's like having the best of both worlds in one simple fund. Fund number 1. Fidelity Total Market Index Fund, ticker FZROX. And here we are at number 1, FZROX, the fund that could turn your $100,000 into nearly $4 million. What makes this fund revolutionary isn't just what it owns, it's what it costs. The expense ratio? 0. That's right, 0.00% in fees. Fidelity literally pays you to own this fund through their other business lines. This fund tracks the entire US stock market, just like VTI, but keeps every penny of your returns. Over 30 years, that zero expense ratio can add hundreds of thousands to your portfolio. But the real magic happens when you look at the performance. Since launching in 2018, FZROX has delivered an average annual return of about 13.2%. While that's based on a relatively short time frame, the zero-fee structure gives it a powerful edge, especially if those returns hold over the long term. Your $100,000 becomes approximately $343,000 after 10 years. After 20 years, you're looking at around $1.18 million. But the 30-year projection is where this fund becomes truly life-changing. Your initial $100,000 investment grows to an astounding $4.1 million. That's not just wealth, that's generational money. The dividend yield currently sits at about 1.1%, higher than both previous funds. With dividend growth averaging 5 to 9% annually, your income stream grows aggressively. By year 30, FZROX could be paying you over $40,000 annually in dividends. That's over $3,500 per month in passive income, enough to replace most people's jobs. Here's what makes it the ultimate wealth builder. It owns everything: large companies for stability, small companies for growth, and everything in between. You're not just investing in today's winners, you're investing in tomorrow's innovations. Plus, with zero fees, every dollar you invest goes to work immediately. There's no drag on your returns, no annual fees eating away at your wealth. Just pure compounding growth for 3 decades. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of 90% of investors. Here are 2 advanced strategies that could add 6 figures to your final portfolio value. Bonus strategy number 1, the dollar cost averaging accelerator. Instead of investing $100,000 all at once, spread it over 12 months, $8,333 per month. You buy more when prices drop and less when they rise, smoothing your entry point and reducing emotional mistakes. It may not always beat lump sum investing, but it's a smart way to manage risk and avoid bad timing. Bonus strategy number 2, the tax-advantaged turbocharger. Before using a taxable account, max out your 401k and IRA. In a 25% tax bracket, you could save up to $25,000 and reinvest it. Now you're working with $125,000 instead of $100,000. Over 30 years, that boost could mean $4 million instead of $3 million. You now have the exact blueprint to turn $100,000 into potentially $3 million using just 3 simple index funds. Peter Lynch once said, "The best time to invest was 20 years ago. The second best time is now." Your future self is depending on the decision you make today. If this video opened your eyes to the power of index investing, smash that like button, subscribe and hit the bell if you're serious about transforming your financial future. Remember, simplify money, Muchafy wealth. One smart decision at a time.